welcome Facebook Live from Tennessee. Yes, from Tennessee. We are checking in. Hi, guys. Checking in from the Smoky Mountains. Coming to talk to you all about magnesium. I have to tell you, magnesium is one of the most underrated supplements there are out there and is really one of the most underdiagnosed deficiencies in our bodies. So about 2/3 of us are magnesium deficient. And that is so important. The magnesium is so important for us. It's in our bones, but half of it's also in our soft tissue, including our muscle. Just about 1% is in our blood. So when we're checking that magnesium level on a typical metabolic panel, that's not an accurate reflection of our magnesium level. So there really has to be a little bit deeper dive. But let's talk a little bit about different things magnesium does. So many different things, over 300 enzymatic reactions in our bodies. It helps to regulate blood sugar as well as blood pressure, helps with energy. It also helps with our DNA and RNA and supports our detoxification. And it's very important in transporting calcium and potassium ions across the cell membranes. So if any of you have gone through biology, you remember that that calcium and potassium, as well as magnesium, they're really important for nerve conduction, muscle contraction, and heart rhythm. So this is something that if it's out of whack, it can cause problems with your heart. It can cause different tingling or numbness, or it can cause some muscle contractions that are abnormal. Really important as we remember that 50% of magnesium is in our bones. So for those of us for any woman who's postmenopausal, or as we get older, we're at such high risk for osteopenia and osteoporosis. We have to remember that magnesium is an important part in regulating that and really trying to push back against the bone density loss that we get as we naturally age. It's important to realize too that magnesium can help us relax. So one of the things that we know that heart is important, that magnesium is important for our heart as well, not just for skeletal muscles, but also for our cardiac muscle. So it can be associated with high blood pressure if you don't have enough, as an irregular heart rate. A lot of people have what's called atrial fibrillation, and magnesium deficiency can be a big part of that. Mitochondria, which are the powerhouses of our cells, are really important. They produce our energy, and they also store magnesium, and they use this mineral, they use magnesium to produce ATP, which is our energy source. So if we're deficient in magnesium, we're not able to produce ATP, which means we're not able to have energy, which leads to fatigue. So lots of different reasons why magnesium is super important to us. Important to remember that we get magnesium, a lot of magnesium from our food. It's broken down in our stomach and then absorbed in our small intestines, but not all forms of magnesium are absorbed well. Different symptoms that can be associated with magnesium deficiency include anxiety and arrhythmias, constipation. A lot of people know that this is associated with laxatives, fatigue, high blood sugar, and diabetes. So people don't realize that magnesium deficiency can cause high blood sugar or can contribute to it. It also can contribute to that high blood pressure that so many people suffer from. It is well known to help with migraines and muscle cramps, nausea, even seizures and weakness. So lots of reasons we can be deficient. Besides the fact that we eat a crappy diet in America, there's medications that can affect our magnesium. So diuretics, so any of those water pills that help decrease your blood pressure, can also help push that magnesium right out of your body. Protein pump inhibitors such as omeprazole, Protonix, those can block the absorption of magnesium and can cause it to be lower. Some asthma medications, including theophylline, which is an older medication not a lot of people use anymore, but that can definitely affect how much magnesium is being secreted in our urine. And different different drugs for atrial fibrillation, including digoxin, can affect our magnesium levels. One thing that I want you guys to remember is that birth control pills definitely affect magnesium, and it can affect it at a pretty significant level. It's thought, we already know that birth control pills can increase your risk of blood clots, but also low magnesium can contribute to that as well. So it's like a double whammy if you're taking birth control pills and you have low magnesium, you can make yourself at higher risk for blood clots. Obviously, as we exercise, when we exercise and we sweat, we don't only just lose salt, but we lose different electrolytes, and magnesium is one of them as well. And those, like Gatorade, does not necessarily supplement magnesium. Typically it has sodium and potassium, but not the magnesium. And stress. We all have stress, and that can be really a big factor in how much stress we're dealing with. Can affect how much magnesium we're using, and can affect how many hormones such as catecholamines, cortisol are released, and that can lower our magnesium levels. So the more stress we're under, the more magnesium we need. Lastly, gut health. So many of you, if you've ever listened to me talk, you know how important it is for us to have a really healthy gut, because gut is the center to so many different things, including our immunity, our emotions, and magnesium electrolytes. So the gut is where so many things are absorbed. And if our gut is not working right, we're not absorbing things well, or we are improperly excreting too much. So patients such as celiac or Crohn's patients can have reduced nutrient levels just because their gut is messed up. So now we know what magnesium does. Let's talk about some of the different types and how they can help you. Because when you go pick up magnesium at the store, it's really important you get the right type of magnesium for whatever you're suffering from to help you, okay? So mag citrate, very common form of magnesium. It's typically easily absorbed in the intestines, and it's something we use a lot for constipation. It's also been used with migraine sufferers. So one study suggested that about 41.6% of the participants who took magnesium citrate had reduction in their migraines. So really important to think about migraines and magnesium citrate. So magnesium glycinate, that's a combination that can be used to help with calming and anxiety. It's one of the gentlest supplements. It doesn't necessarily cause any GI side effects like some of the other ones do, and can often be used to support sleep. So knowing that magnesium glycinate is important for anxiety and sleep, it can have a calming effect. Magnesium oxide, this is a salt form. It's the most common type of magnesium produced, but has poor absorption. It can be used to help constipation, but if you're having diarrhea or loose stools already, it can lead to bad side effects. So not necessarily suitable for actually helping to raise your magnesium levels in your body, but can be used for constipation if necessary. Magnesium chloride is a magnesium salt that has chlorine in it. This one is also easily digested, and it supports the magnesium in your body. There's a study that shows that women with fibromyalgia who took magnesium chloride, they actually experienced improvements in their symptoms from this supplement. So this one is easily absorbed both topically and by mouth. So it can be used to help support the magnesium levels in your blood, as well as heartburn and constipation, and possibly some discomfort associated with things such as fibromyalgia. Magnesium maleate, this includes malic acid, which can be found in fruit and wine. It's got really good absorption and can really support the magnesium levels in our red blood cells. And that's where we really want to check it if we're checking that. It's a lot easier in our digestive system, and it can be also used for patients with fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue, and sometimes with just their discomfort and pain. So often associated with pain relief. Magnesium orotate, this is a combination of magnesium and orotic acid, not really broken down by our stomach acid. It'll go right into the small intestines. And it's also been shown to have heart health supporting properties. So if you have someone who has someone with heart issues, this is the one you want. So magnesium orotate for heart issues. It's often used with athletes as well to support them, but it is a more expensive form of the magnesium. Magnesium sulfate, this is another common form. This is often used as an Epsom salt bath. So this one can be taken internally, not really used well internally because there's an unpleasant taste, but it's one of the ones that you can use to soak in or foot bath, that type of thing. And there's not a lot of evidence to say that can significantly raise your serum blood magnesium levels, but can definitely help with relaxation and discomfort. So the last one, well, one of the last ones, magnesium taurate. It's a combination of magnesium and amino acid taurine. This one's really important for blood pressure, preeclampsia, insulin sensitivity. So this is one not commonly found, but can support the blood pressure and that blood sugar. So when we're talking about detecting magnesium deficiencies in our blood, I want to make sure you realize that it should be checked by magnesium RBC level or micronutrient testing. So one of the things we are rolling out is called our Nutri-Eval check. It's by a specific blood and urine as well as saliva test that looks at your specific cellular problem. So what you're deficient in, what you're toxic in, and where you're really needing support. This report of this evaluation is about 20 pages long, and it will give you specific recommendations of how much of each supplement to take, different things that you should get rid of that you're being exposed to, and different foods that you should be eating and lifestyle changes. This is something we are rolling out starting at the beginning of the year, our Nutri Eval. So, and this is also something that's most often covered by insurance. So if you are someone who has insurance and wants a deeper dive into your cellular metabolic function, this is it for you. The Nutri Eval, super important to take a look at that and just have a better idea of what's going on with you, what may be causing some issues, and where you can support you most. There is a new magnesium out on the block. It was discovered in 2012. This one's called magnesium threonate. And this one's really important because it crosses that blood-brain barrier and can support brain health. So it's really can be helpful for cognitive and mental health issues such as mood disorders or brain fog, migraines, and cognitive decline. So mag-threonate, also another important one. The ones that we typically use in our clinic are our reacted magnesium from Orthomolecular, as well as our mag-threonate that we have in the office. So those are both available to our patients. If you have any questions about that, we're happy to help you with that. But we really want to make sure you guys are aware which magnesiums you need to take and which is best for you. We are having a great time down here in Tennessee. Right, girls? The girls are behind me. They're being so quiet. But we're having a great time. We're learning lots. We're relaxing. We have more staff coming down in the next day or two, and we're going to really focus on some deeper training just to be able to serve you guys better and just to be able to bring more to you guys. We have a lot that's going to be coming out in the next couple of months, so you'll hear all about it. And we would love to hear from you. So be sure to like and share our page, like our videos, comment on it. We'd love to hear feedback from you. If there's something you want more information on, comment and we'll do a Facebook Live on it. Otherwise, have a great night. We'll see you soon.